investigation. Take notice that the Commission, from the proceeds of its investigation so far, has determined that you own assets disproportionate to your lawful earnings, insofar as have been declared by you. Consequent on the foregoing, you are invited to attend on the Integrity Commission at first floor PIOJ Building, 16 Oxford Road, on Thursday, the 31st day of August 2023 at 10 a.m. to be interviewed for the purpose of providing an explanation to the Director of Investigation, Kevin Stevenson, and or his designate for the purpose of answering questions concerning the investigation. So this is clear. This is now beyond doubt that he knew from August 18, 2023. That's where we got to leave it, Agent.
Freelance Cabas, big news came out in the article that Prime Minister Andrew Honest knew he was under investigation for illicit enrichment of people. Freelance Cabas, Prime Minister Andrew Honest came publicly stated that he don't have a clue he was under investigation. He looked far and wide, my people.
I have asked as far and as wide. I have gotten a response from everyone. But as far as I have been told, no.
Big question to all Jamaican citizens, locally, internationally. Can this government be trusted, my people? Let me know in the comment section. Freelance Cabas. It was alleged Prime Minister Andrew Honest take $22,000 from charity account to do his personal business, my people.
Yeah, kiss me rascal. Me I tell you wickedness can't done.
Jamaica is not a real place.
God Almighty, I couldn't believe this sitting goes to my God.
We fix up the whole nation.
Freelance Cabas, Prime Minister Andrew Honest said prosperity, but the only prosperity we Jamaicans didn't saw is Prime Minister Andrew Honest's bank account growing fluently to billions, my people.
Wait a minute. First of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
Freelance Cabas, see why our country can go forward? Too much corruption, my people. Freelance Cabas, big news in article. Prime Minister Andrew Honest and his attorney at law suing the opposition leader for defamation, my people. Freelance Cabas. Oh, Prime Minister Andrew Honest to sue my people. Mark Golding, all the IC report. Let me know in the comment section. Freelance Cabas. A liar can't remember them tracks. Big question to all Jamaican citizens, locally, internationally. Does Prime Minister Andrew Honest forgot that he was interviewed on 3 different occasions for illicit enrichment by the Interim Commission of People? Freelance Cabas. You see why thief not like liar? Freelance Cabas. When you say Prime Minister Andrew Honest should step down, let me know in the comment section. Freelance Cabas. Never see smoke without fire. Why Prime Minister Andrew Honest implemented new law in the House of Parliament the same day to keep DPP Parliament in office, my people? Freelance Cabas. When you say Prime Minister Andrew Honest should pack his bag?
I made some inquiries and I'm told that he has a bag. I say to him, start packing because you are going.
Freelance Cabas. This government have billions running through his account when poor people suffer, my people. Freelance Cabas. See the corruption? Why Prime Minister Andrew Honest fighting for DPP Parliament testing office, my people? Freelance Cabas. Dieted labor right about brokered. Look at the country. Same dieted labor right suffering, my people.
The Integrity Commission's report that was tabled this Tuesday in the House of Representatives is in fact 2 reports. There is an investigation report, which is a lengthy document, 171 pages long, and that has a report that was produced by the Director of Investigations of the Integrity Commission. And there's also a special report, which is a short 1-page document coming from the commissioners themselves. And that latter report calls upon Parliament to support the recommendations of the Director of Investigations in the investigation report, that matters arising from the report be referred to the Financial Investigations Division, the FID. The Integrity Commission's report makes the important point that as Prime Minister and head of government, Mr. Andrew Holness has a higher duty to the public to ensure that the laws of Jamaica are maintained and that he acts in keeping with the standards of principled behavior required of his very high office. I'm sad to say, and I take no glee in saying this, that Mr. Holness has failed in this solemn duty to the Jamaican people. He has known since May 2023 that he was under investigation for illicit enrichment, which is a corruption offense created by Section 14(5) of the Corruption Prevention Act. Yes, Mr. Holness is one of the illicit 6, now the illicit 8, and he has known this for well over a year. Yet Mr. Holness misled the country by withholding the truth about this investigation in statements that he made both in and outside Parliament over this period, even telling Jamaica that he had asked far and wide, and none of his MPs were under investigation for illicit enrichment. This extended withholding of the truth, this fundamentally dishonest deception of the people of Jamaica obliterates any trust and confidence in the Prime Minister. How can we believe anything he says in light of the extended failure to tell us the truth that he was indeed under investigation for a serious criminal offense? This unprecedented situation is fundamentally incompatible with his continuing to hold office as Prime Minister. The Integrity Commission's report contains several serious findings which reinforce the need for Mr. Holness to go now. I will mention 3 of these. Firstly, there is the purchase of an investment for $94,000 using, as part of the money that was put up to buy this investment, $32,000 from a registered charity of which Mr. Holness is a director, called the Positive Jamaica Foundation, commingled with resources from his personal company, Imperium, including $30,000 from an account that he had with SSL. Yes, SSL. Mr. Holness reported this investment for several years as 100% belonging to his company, Imperium, when the charity's money had been used to acquire it, as well as his own. Indeed, a third of the money came from the charity. One can only wonder how local and international donors to that charity feel about its resources being used to enrich Mr. Holness personally. Secondly, the filing of nil returns by Mr. Holness's personal companies, nil tax returns, indicating that they had no taxable income or expenses when the companies did in fact have substantial income and expenses, is a matter which the Integrity Commission suggests could be a significant violation under Jamaica's tax laws and should be referred to the Commissioner General of Tax Administration, Jamaica, for action. Indeed, the payments between Mr. Holness's personal companies over the review period exceeded $400 million. Then there's the creation of a situation of conflict of interest by Mr. Holness appointing his business partner and co-investor in his personal real estate company, Mr. Norman Brown, to be chairman of 2 important public bodies, the Urban Development Corporation, UDC, and the Housing Association of Jamaica, HAJ, both of which fall under Mr. Holness's portfolio responsibility as minister, and both of which operate in the real estate sector. Mr. Holness has placed Jamaica, our beloved country and our cherished democracy, in a dangerous and untenable situation. His integrity issues cannot be resolved, partly because of the baffling complexity of his personal financial affairs. He operated no less than 28 bank accounts, 28. His 3 personal companies were involved in a very high volume of transactions, averaging over 4 per banking day during the period of review, including many substantial intercompany payments, and including over $4.5 million of so-called cardless cash deposits made over a 3-month period into his bank account by depositors whose identity remains unknown to the Commission. And partly, the matter is unresolved because Mr. Holness's own refusal to provide information about aspects of his affairs which was requested by the Integrity Commission for the purposes of their investigation. The Prime Minister therefore remains the subject of an incomplete investigation for illicit enrichment, as the Integrity Commission has been unable to conclude its investigation, in part because of Mr. Holness refusing to provide them with critical information that they need to do so. The Integrity Commission has recommended that the case be referred to the Financial Investigations Division, the FID, which specializes in financial crimes, including money laundering, and with which the Integrity Commission has an active Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, for mutual cooperation, which is provided for in Section 7, subsection 12 of the Integrity Commission Act, and also by an equivalent provision in the FID Act as well. This is recommended so that further investigation can get to the bottom of his affairs. And the Integrity Commission has also made it clear that Mr. Holness's statutory declarations cannot and will not be certified as required by law until the investigations have been concluded. So, Jamaica has a Prime Minister who remains under investigation for the serious corruption offense of illicit enrichment, and whose annual statutory declarations for 2021 onwards still cannot be certified by the country's Integrity Commission as required by law. This is a serious blot on the country's image, both locally and internationally. It is untenable for our Prime Minister not to be in good standing with the country's Integrity Commission. We cannot go on like this. The Prime Minister must step aside now or call fresh elections so that the people have the chance to elect a new government that can take our country out of this mess. Finally, it is important to dispel the deliberate falsehood that is being perpetrated in some circles of the Integrity Commission being motivated by political bias. While the developmental work on the legislation that created the Integrity Commission was done prior to 2016, the Integrity Commission Act was reviewed and then passed into law by this JLP government. The commissioners of the Integrity Commission were appointed under this JLP government, and Mr. Holness himself had an important role in their appointment. The staff of the Integrity Commission were all employed under this JLP government. The record shows that the Integrity Commission has taken action against delinquent representatives from both political parties. This scurrilous suggestion that the Integrity Commission is motivated by political bias must therefore be rejected for the malignant mischief that it is. The Integrity Commission is a critical institution in the governance of our country, a country which is seriously afflicted by the scourge of corruption at the highest levels. The Integrity Commission must be nurtured and supported so that it can do its anti-corruption work without fear or favor. The continuing attempts to discredit, weaken, undermine, or intimidate the Integrity Commission, its commissioners and staff must be condemned and resolutely resisted by all well-thinking Jamaicans. Thank you. I just want to close briefly by saying, in relation to the incident that we heard about through the news last night concerning the homeless in their home, that we absolutely abhor any such conduct. We call upon the security forces, law enforcement, to investigate it thoroughly, and if there are any perpetrators, to bring them to justice. And I want to extend my personal sympathies to Mr. and Mrs. Holness and their family. Thank you.
Thank you. And I associate myself with the comments made in relation to the report of what took place last night at the Prime Minister's home. And greetings. Last evening I was given what is called a brief. It is not a brief. It is a thick document, very detailed in nature, clearly well written, to the point, and it is the 172-page report of the Integrity Commission. As I read it, and I went through the 172 pages, some things jumped out at me. And one of the things that jumped out was that the allegations investigated and some of the findings made, could one person have caused these allegations to have surfaced? No. My mind as a lawyer practicing at the criminal bar saw that there were elements of conspiracy in this. And whilst I will not identify the potential conspirators, I will say that in the overall circumstances, the Prime Minister of Jamaica needs to remove himself from the office he now holds so that the appropriate investigative body can go very deeply into the allegations, and that the public will be satisfied that there is no interference at the highest level, and that certainly there is no cover-up. But this calls for detailed investigations. One jumped out at me too was the way in which the investigation was conducted, where they made reference to the judge's rules, that persons who were interviewed they were interviewed in accordance with the judge's rules. Now, let me just point out one important aspect of the judge's rules. It is a warning to the person who is being questioned. And it warns the person that you need not say anything, but anything you say will be taken down in writing and may be used in evidence against you. And in this document, the warning was appropriate. Appropriate. What jumped out at me also, why would one need to have 28 accounts? Why? One would need to have 28 accounts if one was involved in businesses. Now, when I tried to find out who had the 28 accounts, I found out that it was the Prime Minister. You can't run a country and run private business at the same time. It's one or the other. One or the other. And it is clear that one of the reasons why the country is in the condition it is in now is that sufficient time is not being spent by the chief executive officer to run the country. These are business ventures. Business ventures. Jumped out at me also that, look, if it is that a prime minister is being investigated, how can he be the chief accountable officer for discipline, law and order in a country? He cannot occupy the post and find himself in this position and do that which he was elected to do efficiently. Cannot. And therefore a call for his resignation, a call is justified. It's justified. It's justified because of what this report contains, both in terms of the volume of his association with other companies and the allegations contained herein. Had this been the private sector and the private sector officer, that private sector employee would have been sent on leave pending investigations. No private company in Jamaica would have caused someone against whom these allegations have leveled to continue in the highest position in that company. It's untenable. I expect that there will be more press conferences, leader, and I would like to have the opportunity to go through this in greater detail. And if you would be kind enough to invite me to that press conference so I could articulate on aspects of the law. But conspiracy jumps out. money laundering using what is called layering jumps out at me. And those are serious offenses. I do not, for 1 minute, suggest guilt. I don't. But what I suggest is that the process should be allowed to take place, and those who are found culpable be held accountable. There is, leader, a call for general elections too. Well, let me just say this in closing, that as far as I am concerned, I join that call. And my advice to Mr. Honus is a simple one. I made some inquiries and I'm told that he has a bag. I say to him, start packing because you are going. And if you don't believe me, speak to Mr. Golden,
The other Golden.
Bruce that is. Pack your bags, put in your clothes and your belongings, because you can't stay as Prime Minister of Jamaica, because the international reputation of Jamaica is important, and you have, by allowing these allegations, brought Jamaica into disrepute.
Jamaican people just a wake up from them coma. Just a wake up from them coma. You understand? I did a video some time ago about good governance and that this country lacks good governance. And it is very obvious now, more than ever, that this country really lacks good governance, because one very important aspect of good governance is integrity. How honest, how trustworthy you are, the ability for you to do the right thing even when no one is present. See it here, the Honorable Brogard, Dr. the Most Honorable Brogard, a man that a lot of Jamaicans still admire, still look up to, still role model, still talk respectful about, misled the country, is supporters, the People's National Party supporters, and the ordinary Jamaican. We're not support none of the political parties them. Right? And you know, all people have a saying that say liar and thief walk together. Daniel Archer said it. It's to some people, it's not really about the monies, the assets and the wealth that are disproportionate to is legal earnings. It's not really about that. But it's about the honesty. If you as a Prime Minister can blatantly tell the Jamaican people that no member of your cabinet is under investigation, when you knew, because many letters, many meetings were had that you were a part of and that you were aware of, and you tell the Jamaican people that nobody in your cabinet not under investigation, that is a disrespect, that is blatant disrespect and lie, Andrew Holness. What can you tell us now for us to believe you? What can you tell us now? When, another question I want to ask, well, I really, I have no problem with personal academic development. But when you find time, Andrew Holness, if you do PhD, and PhD are not just, yes, so when you find time, if you do PhD, plus, if you have how much bank account, onshore, offshore, associate with your name, right? and tie up with so much companies, right? Onshore, offshore, right? And find time to manage the country. That's why the damn country now run good. Because your personal life is so big that you can't manage the little country and the affairs of the people. That's why I know the road them can't fix good. The healthcare system cannot get machines, nebulizers, CT scan, MRI, dialysis machine. That is why the healthcare system is so under-resourced. That is why we have not even 15% of the children passing maths and English. Let me tell you something, man. Andrew, you need to come down now. You're rich yourself. You're rich yourself already. So come down now. We're not giving you another term. You're done. Your day is done, Andrew Holness. It's done. You're too wicked, man. Or if you tell your people them, or if you tell your supporters them and the Jamaican people them lie, or if you tell with that, then we can't trust you. We can't trust you. And instead of come clean and try remedy things, you hit back at the Integrity Commission and say, boy, you're not breaking the law. Well, there might be truth to that because I don't see we have any law that really hold politicians accountable. There's none. Mark Golden a call for impeachment. The people of the country are called for impeachment. We are called for recall of members of parliaments and councillors who not do them work properly. You understand? You're not breaking no law. Well, that might be true because there is no law. There's no law. And you take advantage of the fact that there's no law and that there's no organization or agency that has the legal standing, right, to hold una accountable. Una take advantage of it. And I want to be as objective as possible, that this phenomena of illicit enrichment is not just associated with the Jamaica Labour Party. So people who support the People's National Party, supporters of the People's National Party, come red. Don't believe that your organization is free from corruption, because corruption is also evident in the PNP administration back then. But how do we move forward now? How we move forward? We are trying to clean up this whole mess. We are trying to clean up the mess here now. But then here this big King's Counsel, a very learned lawyer, Casey. I said the IC, the Integrity Commission, has no authority to refer investigations to the FID. Them have standing man because them sign a memorandum, Mr. King's Counsel. Them sign a memorandum. Was it 2 years ago or 1 year ago? Them sign a memorandum. But then again, a referral to the FID no make no sense neither, because the FID is a government organization that falls under the Ministry of Finance. So we can't. I'm anxious to see what is going to come from this, because you're sending something to be investigated by the same set of corrupt people them. So if a man who is if the head of the FID is a loyalist to Andrew Holness, then don't expect nothing good to come from it. Right? And you see, we know one big conundrum, we know one big barrel with crabs, roaches, rats. Our political system is very, very nasty and saturated with corruption. You see me I say? But we as a people have got to try to figure that one out still, But you see, me know where me stand, Me know where me stand. PNP and JLP can't get my vote. I rather go put my name on the ballot and vote for myself. Me rather go get 50 smaddy or 20 smaddy for nominate me as member of parliament and go vote for myself. And that me I go do, That me I go do. Anytime it then here, I go put up myself for be nominated as member of parliament in my area and go vote for myself. Because since me have a vote, I have to vote. Because if you don't vote, what is will remain. So voting is a must, but ensure that there's something or someone there to vote for. So what me I go do? I go and get nominated. I go and select some people from my era. Go get nominated, get my witness, pay me a little money, and go put my X beside my sign. Jamaica people, oh my son. You can't try it too. Remember, I know more say this too. Me feel like say civil society. You see Daniel Archer, the Jamaica Accountability Meter Portal, Gene Calder, all of them group. Me feel somehow they need to go in somehow they need to start some political movement or start join some political movement. We not talk about the PNP and the JLP. If you don't want to join them, you can join them still, but you can't show clean water and dirty water and expect the water to get clean. The entire water get clean. The entire water will get dirty. So you with a clean character now go into a dirty system, ultimately you're going to become dirty. So you better just dash with the dirty water out of the dirty container, clean up the container and then pour in clean water in it. But I believe that, people like Daniel Archer, Gene Calder, we need to get some people from the organization, man. Form up some political movement that can really champion the cause of this country.
Dr. Andrew Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica. I am unable, sir, and I'm a concerned citizen of Jamaica. I'm just asking you to give me the privilege to speak my mind, sir, without your followers, your supporters, and your members of the party attacking me, sir. First, sir, I would like to ask you one simple question, sir. Why didn't you come clean to the public from the opposition was asking about the 8 members who are being investigated for illicit enrichment? Sir, you knew that you were one of them, sir. And you could have come to the people and let the people them know that yes, you are under investigation, but you are working at it. So you keep silent and keep rebuffing the opposition's claim that no one that you know of in your party is under investigation. Now the IC has come public and your name has dragged into the dirt, sir. As a concerned citizen, it's not pleasing, sir. Sir, it's not pleasing, sir, because this won't resonate just in Jamaica. This will resonate straight to Caribbean and the rest of the world. And they will be looking at us as an undemocratical people in a sense. We sit and allow a person of your character to be ruling us. Same way, sir. Next point, sir. Now that you have been exposed as one of the 8, would you kindly allow the other members, the next 7, to come forward, sir, and express themselves and let the public know who they are? That's when time the IC drop the bombshell, we won't be surprised. And nobody will be taken off guard. Again, sir, I'm a concerned citizen, sir. And I think you people have really led the people down the wrong way. You lead majority of the people to believe that the IC is in a witch hunt and somebody's definitely after you. But how can one man have 28 bank accounts, hundreds of millions of dollars circulating within your 3 companies? Sir, please, me don't know nothing. I'm just a local security guard, sir. I'm just asking you, sir, please don't let your goons attack me. The country need some answers. And would I like it from you, Mr. Andrew?
Nobody knew if they were being investigated. The Integrity Commission didn't send a letter. I don't know. Nobody has said anything to me. When you look at this report, the initial communication was September 30, 2022 regarding the omissions in the 2021 statutory declaration. There were follow-up requests to provide additional information and corrections. February 23, 2023, March 6, 2023, March 12, 2023, April 4, 2023. He was interviewed on January 12, 2023. Further meetings and interviews were had, and a significant meeting was had on the 31st of August, 2023. A letter was sent on May 5th, 2023. I'm going to make sure I write them down because we don't want to make no error. A letter was sent on May 5th, 2023, informing him of the referral received for investigations regarding his 2021 statutory declarations, and the referral raised concerns about potential illicit enrichment and other issues. So here is the problem. Even if we're not concerned about the veracity, the truth in these documents, I am concerned that my leader, Dr. Andrew Holness, did not tell me as a voter, as an individual, as a citizen, that he knew that he was being questioned. All this time we were operating under the pretext that this was a dopey thing. Nobody know nothing about it. Now, when you look at this report, and this is when you want to ask for facts, if you don't think the money is important, the honesty, the truth is important, because you made me feel that nothing ever goes so. And if you have interviews, you have emails, you have meetings, and a one-on-one thing. One of the meetings were held at his office. So tell me, Dion, as a Jamaican, even if I don't believe that the Barita people them said the thing right or the bond thing not right, and I adequately earn my money, why would you not tell me that you knew that you were being questioned?
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. If you haven't subscribed as yet, please do so and become a member of the Nation family. Have a productive day. More life, more prosperity. I'm Jay British. I'm out. Peace.